Do do. Hello.
Hey
I'll
everyone,
make sure this is up and running. Yay! Is it up?
it looks like.
Yes, we are awesome. Hello, people.
Yeah, I will make you an intro. I
Or
sent you a message too.
yes, I know. I need one, and it's like I'm like I don't know what song to use. I don't have. I mean, I guess I do have a ton of footage of me from um uh from Ember Stream, and I've got some from the craft videos.
It doesn't have
Um.
to have footage. I go I'll just say what I put in the message. Um Go to Envato when you have
uh
time later
Yeah.
and go to the video templates and
hmm
find a template that you like and I will turn it into something for you.
I love you.
Yay.
Yeah, video editing is one thing I'm not. I used to be okay at, but I'm not anymore. And so now my son does it for me.
I can appreciate.
So what I am making today is I am doing these cool little feather like keychains for my
Okay.
mom for a stocking stuffer, and you make them
Nice.
out of jeans.
Out of chains. Do you have a favorite one to see
No
what you're
jeans,
Oh, jeans. Jeans.
jeans.
Got it. Got it.
I've got some
So
very
good.
very old jeans that do not fit
What is it
anymore.
gonna look like? Do you have a finished one we could see?
Yes, I do. Hang on, let me find it. Do. Um,
Thinking of working on my house.
let me see. Um, oh actually no, I don't have a finished one. I already gave that one out, but I can share my screen. Um, there. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, that's badass. I love that.
So that's what I am currently working on. It is early morning. I get that. Oh, that's awesome.
I was
I
just
get
gonna
that.
say, I
It's
think I'm gonna
really
work on my house.
it's super super early morning, but I don't care.
Whole new audience early morning.
Hey, I'm not. I'm so not a morning person, but it's like, yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm probably gonna be up anyway.
Yeah. I'm awake. No one else is. That's just how she goes. I don't know how long I can stay for, but I will stay for as long as
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you need to do is draw out your pattern on your jeans. Um, I use the seam that has the stitching on the outside, not the other one. The other one I use to cut along
Okay.
because, and I will show you why in a minute. Let me get this one. These have a rip in them. I sat down in these and
Yeah.
they ripped.
I
Like
have had that
a
happen so
function
often.
where I could not, where it was bad. It shouldn't have happened. So, since we're going to use this part right here to attach it to the keychain, that way it just
Right.
makes it stronger.
Okay.
So, yeah, my mom had seen these and she's like, "Oh, that's so cool!" Blah, blah. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, "I can do that."
Heck yeah.
Plus, that's the thing I love about my mom. My mom's much more like, let me do home crafty stuff. Like, I like that stuff better. I'm just like, okay, we can do that. I can do you craft stuff for Christmas instead. But, oh, good lord. There's been like so much going on this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I will never forgive my boss for covering this RFK story because now everybody is talking about it to the point that I had to put a special channel in the server because a lot of people, including myself, are getting really sick of seeing the word. And I'm just like, oh my god, guys, stop. I'm like, all right,
Wh
we're gonna regulate this.
which
This
just seeing RFK or
yeah, then like a lot of his nonsense that he's up to right now.
yeah.
More of the personal nature. If you saw the poetry emails, that's what I'm referring to. But I'm
I
just
have
like,
not, no.
oh my god, don't go looking. It will disturb you.
I follow American politics probably more than Canadian politics, but I'm still not very in the know. Most of
Yeah,
what I see is just on YouTube and TikTok and different sources, I guess.
yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, and I totally get that. Like I was watching uh where was it? I think it was Ember's member stream, but Mark Ree was on there and
mm,
he said something like, I follow American politics kind of whether I want to or not, because American politics
takes
like
over.
affects it affects the rest of the world
You
in a
guys are the
way.
popular ones. We wanna know what you guys are doing all the time.
Well, I mean, it's that, and then it's also just like the sheer. We have a bigger influence than I wish we did, but and then
It's
yeah, everybody
true.
and their dog wants to know what we're doing.
Coming from a film background, I definitely see the cultural impact that having something
Hmm.
like Hollywood has on the rest of the world, where we wanna know what's going on because that's where all the famous people are. That's where the big time people are,
Hmm.
is in America.
Yeah,
And so we have this view in our media because you guys get the most funding, for doing movies and such, so everything is set in the United States. We, as other countries, have learned, just
hmm,
through growing up because we're bordering on you, but still different from you. Our
yeah,
culture is different, although I don't like this racist movement that is happening here. Um,
hmm, yeah. There's some stuff that we should not be exporting.
yeah.
Holy crap! But I mean, even with like Canada, I know Vancouver was huge for TV shows and
Oh,
it
yes.
might still be, but yeah, like there's one actor that did a whole bunch of TV shows, and he had so many recurring characters on so many different shows that he literally could not tell you what city he was in, or you know what show he was going to be on. So it was
That's
just like he's like, it kind of sucks. I can't put where I'm going now. But yeah, he was on. I think he was on like six that I watched at one point. I was just
I
like,
was on
holy
a
crap,
Canadian
dude.
show once.
Hmm?
There was a sci-fi show called Odyssey 5, very different from Babylon 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I was an extra in the show, in the,
Oh, nice.
pilot episode when I was, like, 19 or something like that, and I wore a stupid hat. It was fantastic.
I
And
was
they had to do a
on.
whole new take because I was an idiot.
I was in. I was in one episode of Prison Break. It was filmed in Dallas. My
Nice.
ex-husband is in there all over the third season. Um, because he was a skinny guy, but he was completely slaved out, so he made a good prisoner. Of course. His arms actually feature in one of the opening shots. There's one point where if you look behind him, or if you look behind the main characters, you see a tattooed guy and a very, very pregnant woman talking. That's me and him. So
Aw.
I was like 8 months pregnant. It sucked because I was
Oh,
out there
no.
I was finally like, guys, I gotta sit down. And they're like, okay, well, go get a chair. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still in the shot. They're like, we don't care. I think they ended up using this shot where I was standing, but yeah, I was like, and it was like April, so it was still pretty hot here. So yeah, it was not fun, but I am in TV history, and I was also on Walker Texas Ranger in the
Oh my
90s.
goodness. I was in
Yeah,
a Lindsay Lohan movie.
they used my high school football team for one of the plot things, so I'm in the crowd.
That's awesome.
The other team that they were going to film outright boycotted it when they heard that they were going to be the team that lost. And it's like, it's
Oh.
a freaking TV show. Like, oh my god, you don't get to decide who wins and who loses. The writers decide that. Okay, so once you have this, what you do is you start pulling out the strings on this side where they're just going to fall out anyway, eventually. So it makes like a little feather looking thingy.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to add some beads and some other stuff to it.
Have you ever seen Wrong Turn?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, I don't think.
It's got Eliza Dushku in it, and it's about these like cannibal hillbillies,
I
as
might
you do.
have. I
It
might
was
have. I
filmed
haven't
in my
watched.
cousin's
I
backyard.
tend. Yeah, I tend not to watch horror stuff because in the course of my work I come across enough horror that I'm
That's
like, I don't
fair.
need the fictional horror to supplement.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean I used to when I was younger and when I was with my first ex-husband. I've been married twice.
Okay.
So with my first husband, he was big into horror, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's not usually my go-to for if I
Yeah.
want to watch something. I tend to go if I'm gonna go for horror, I tend to go for like the psychological ones where you can walk out there thinking like, is that real or not? Where it
Yeah.
like messing with your head. There's one, and I always get crap for this, but I'll tell you why it stuck with me. The one that stuck with me from my teenage years was The Ring. And it's because we went to go see it. When we came out, it was already dark. I walked in the house, nobody else was there. Keep in mind, I was like 15, 16 at the time. Nobody else was there. I walked in the door and the phone rings. I was just like, holy shit.
Oh.
And it is pitch black. So yeah, it freaked me out a little bit. I couldn't watch
That
the
would freak
movie
me
for a few years.
out. Especially like you said, that came out when we were teenagers, so I
Yeah.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd just be like, okay. But it's just one of those things that I've seen the movies go from like genuinely like good horror thriller movies to let's see how much
Yeah.
blood and gore we can throw in here and not get
Oh,
an
there's some good
NC-17.
Japanese horror that's just
Uh,
blood gushing on the screen.
it just like it drives me when it's like that's the entire point of the movie. That's why I was just like whatever with a Saw series for a long time because I'm just like, dude, it's just like how graphic can you possibly make this?
That's
Like
true.
there's
I
not.
watched them all, but
Yeah, I have at one point or not. My youngest son, who is 19 now, but in his teenage years, I think when he was 13 or so, got kind of obsessed with the movie It, the new one, and I'm just like,
I like the old.
whatever. Like he was old enough to know how to download movies and shit, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to keep him from watching this, regardless
Mm.
of what I personally think about. Which I didn't really have any qualms about it, but it kind of went with any sort of media. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it. So I was like, all right, as long as it's not like crazy, go for it.
Yeah.
So I've got dogs sleeping on my leg.
I think I like the first one because I love Tim Curry. Um, Whether he's it or the freaking guy behind the desk in Home Alone,
Oh my
2 last
god, Tim
year.
Curry's a god, dude. I love that guy.
He did, what was it called? Oh, Color of Magic, I think it was.
Um,
What?
I think that's it. I think that's the one I was thinking of. It might
Color of
be.
Magic?
Yeah.
Where he was a wizard?
Yeah, what I'm trying to think if that's the name of it. And it sounds super familiar. I'm
It's
trying to
a
think if
Terry
it.
Pratchett film.
Yeah. Is that the name of it?
I don't know now. I thought it was
Oh,
Color of Magic. As we now spend the day going through Tim Curry's IMDb profile, let's see what we come up with.
He did. He played King Arthur in Spamalot on Broadway, which was
Nice.
which was like the most awesome thing ever.
I mean, he's obviously done Rocky Horror, but there's also Clue, which my daughter watched for the first time last week, which is really cool. She really enjoyed it.
That's
Muppet Treasure Island, that's a good one. Have you seen Over the Garden Wall?
no, I have not. I've
It's
had people tell me I need to watch it.
fantastic. It is just this old-timey, kind of heartwarming, animated Halloween flick. Like, it's just a really cute, kind of scary, but not in a full-on horror way like we were
Yeah,
talking about. I would say it's completely different than that.
yeah.
Um, but a very good film. Miniseries? I guess it's a miniseries.
Yeah, but I love Tim Curry, dude. Tim Curry. Tim Curry is one of those actors that even if the movie or the show or whatever itself is bad, you're
Hmm.
still gonna like it because he's in it.
Oh yeah, he did a voice in Dragon Age Origins. I forgot about that.
He's also
Oh,
one of those guys that you recognize his voice
oh
instantly.
heck yeah. Heck to the yeah. The Color of Magic. I was correct.
Okay, so now I pulled out all the ones right here, and now they're starting to run uh, into the thingy
Can
right
you
there.
bring it a little closer? Cool,
There.
cool, cool, cool.
So now it's
Ooh.
starting to run into that. So what I'm going to do is stop tearing all these out and do it
Yeah,
to where I'll just trim them. I'll still pull them out, but I'm going to trim them down to size once I get them
gotcha.
out. That way it has some color.
So about how long does it take you to finish one, do you think? I mean, I know you don't have
Last
to
time I
finish
did
what
one,
shows.
it was smaller than this. It took about an hour or so.
Okay.
This one might take a little bit longer because it's a little bit bigger.
I can do a hat in about an hour. Like one
Yeah,
skein of yarn, just crochet a hat. Those are
yeah,
easy.
yeah. I've got the hat um, pattern pretty much memorized for knitting. I don't think I've ever needed more than uh, a ball of yarn to do one. So
I gotta find you some yarn in the blue for a Coraline sweater.
yeah, or if you even know of one that the color matches, just let me know.
That yeah, I'll see what I can
We
find
have
because I
because
think
we have a couple of places down here that they do sales like all the time.
mhm.
So yeah. But they do sales like all the time on stuff, so um a lot of times I can get yarn. And I'll stay here and I'll wait for those, so I can usually get yarn for pretty cheap.
Okay.
So it works. No
And then I guess
complaints.
white, if I remember, for the stars. They weren't yellow,
Yeah,
were they?
yeah. I mean, the I would recommend going with a slightly off white, just because white shows dirt like mad.
That's
Slightly off
true.
white. I've got a cream that actually looks white when you put it up against anything, but it's actually slightly off white, and it hides a
Yeah.
lot of dirt. And you
Hmm.
don't notice it unless you put it up against like stark white. So yeah, I still need to finish painting my cabinet, but I'm saving that for the next reasonably crafty.
Yay.
That's the thing that
I'm
I
just gonna
decided
mostly
is
annoy you today. That's my plan.
uh-huh. Because I decided what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this one on my channel, or at least stream this one from my channel, and then I'll put um I completely forgot to upload the last one. I need to do that. But I'll download the other one from your channel and then just re-upload it to mine later. Um
Okay.
but
If
what
I
I'm
can
gonna
do
do
anything to help in that regard, let me know as
Oh,
well.
I've got it. It takes me like as long as it takes me to download it, it's not a
Okay.
problem. Um, But so what I decided I'm going to do is I'm going to do one craft there, and I'm going to do the crafts that take like longer term. Um, but I'm going to do one craft there and then do another one here. That way I don't have multiple channels doing the same craft going on. So it's like they can follow one series and follow one craft from start to finish. Because
Oh,
like I've got a bunch of paintings, I've got some diamond painting stuff, I've got some book nooks to put together. Like I've got a ton of. A friend of mine was like, "Hey, you need to check out all these craft kits," and like sent me a shit ton of craft kits. So I have tons of craft kits. Not all of them will work for regular videos on my channel, but I've got a really, really cool one. I've got to finish painting it, and hopefully that video will be out this week. And it's all about the ocean and the crazy shit in the ocean. So that should be.
Ooh. Oh, what? Here, do you like Ask Me Anything streams?
I love
What
them.
is what is the ratio that you would accept for swimming with a dead body? So if you're in an ocean, is that okay? Like, if
Yeah,
there's a dead body somewhere in the ocean, that's
there's
usually
dead
fine.
shit everywhere in the ocean. Yeah, it's fine. Just don't inhale the water if you can help it.
But then, like, where's the line? At what point, knowing that there's a dead body in the water,
I can very clearly see
whe
it.
if you could see it, okay, okay.
Yeah, if I can see it, or if I know, if I can, if any of my senses can detect it, so if I can see it, smell it, God forbid, taste it, then I'm done.
Ugh, no, why
But
did you go there?
well, think about it. If it's like in the water, like there's a chance you might swallow water and swallow some stuff. So, but I mean, think about it. Shit. I mean, you've got giant whale falls at the bottom of the ocean that are basically giant whale carcasses that have died, sunk, and are now like feeding an entire
That's
ecosystem
true.
down there.
It's
For
true,
like,
it's true.
did you know those things last like they can last like over 100 years? It's
Just,
crazy.
like, the carcass itself?
Yeah, like
Cool.
the flesh on it lasts a couple years, and it's like you think like, well, that's not that big, but the thing is that the um like for instance blue whales, they're not only the biggest animal in existence, they're the biggest animal that's ever existed. They are gigantic, and
I have a fun fact about that.
I've got a really cool picture of it was a kayaker and a blue whale swam under them, and you get a real sense of scale for how huge these things are. And a lot of whales are really, really freaking big too.
The largest is 110 feet long,
Hmm.
and did you know that they will not evolve larger in the form that they are in?
Yeah, I would
At
assume that they can't.
Do you know why?
I do not know why, but I need to look at that. I can put that in my video.
So, for the whale to eat, right? We got our friend the whale here. He's gotta be able to open that mouth for the
Hmm.
krill or what have you to float in, and for him to be able to close his mouth to eat. If
Hmm.
he evolves, which can't, larger, he would not be able to close his mouth fast enough to be able to continue to eat food.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Holy crap!
Please do. I need more information on this.
Okay.
I heard
There
it.
is there is one animal that they found that is longer than a blue whale, but it's like
Okay.
super skinny. They're
Oh.
they're it's called a zyophanophore. It's kind of like the Portuguese man o' war that they kind of look like jellyfish, but they're not jellyfish.
Okay.
It's basically like a whole bunch of like mini animals that are specialized to do one thing, and they all kind of collectively work together as a colony. They found one on the floor of the ocean that was in like it was like over like 210 meters or something. Like it was huge, but it's just like this big long rope looking thing.
Yeah,
So it only doesn't have the mass of a whale, but it was technically longer. Um,
that's cool.
yeah, it's stuff like that that I'm throwing in there, and of course I have to throw in a mermaid reference because most of the ocean is unexplored. Can't tell me there aren't mermaids.
Have
Sorry.
you read Tidal?
Have I what?
Tidal.
No, I have
It
heard
is
about it,
you have?
but
Okay. Um, I when I get paid, I have to send out my, thing for Bree. If you have not read it, I'll just send you my copy. I'm going through my stuff
no.
and I'm moving, and I
Oh,
don't wanna take it with me, so
oh, hell yeah!
yeah?
I will absolutely take. Yeah, I will absolutely take that, and I will like outright pay you for shipping too, so you don't have to worry about that either.
No, no, you won't.
I think me and you have the same like extra mic. Well, this is my extra mic, but except
That
mine's white.
is. I think you have the more expensive one, the white one.
Mine was cheaper. That's why I
What?
got it. Yeah, it was like
This
$10
was
cheaper.
on sale.
Mine was on sale, so I guess they swapped them. But no, I got a better one because this one kept picking up like all of the background noise, and at least with this one, there's software available that I have been lazy and have not installed yet. But there's
So you can
software
fiddle with
available
it.
that yeah, that'll help
Yeah.
with it. Because one of the problems, especially when I started doing this, was it was still really hot here, and I can't run my AC in my office because it gets too loud.
Same, but this is what I could afford.
Yeah.
So until my channel starts making some money, I think I am prohibiting myself from ordering a new one.
Yeah,
Um,
I got a new mic, and I got another camera. So I usually use my other camera for Ember's stream, and this one just sits over here on my desk so I can actually craft with it.
yeah.
Um, because for some reason this one likes to just kind of crap out and not do the USB thing occasionally, and I got really sick of that happening live on stream. So I'm like,
Mhm.
screw it, I'm getting one that's more reliable. And so it's like I'll pay a little bit more if I can get a pretty damn decent boost in quality. And
Yeah.
the other thing that I will also pay more for is, and my dad always taught me this. He said, always pay more for the stuff that separates you from the ground. So, your shoes, your jacket, your tires, and your mattress. Make sure those are like worth it. So, like my jacket, even though I don't agree with everything, but I've got a really cool Sea Shepherd's jacket that I've used for my winter jacket for like 12 years now.
Mhm.
Um, which one thing I kind of like is like they've gone a lot against um, illegal fishing and illegal piracy of fishing and stuff lately.
Okay.
Um, and then of course they got the Japanese to stop whaling down in Antarctica, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're considered a terrorist organization in Japan. So, if I did get the job in, um, I was up for a job over there. Sadly, I didn't get it, but I was just like, man, I'm gonna have to get rid of this jacket if I go over there because yeah, they're not
That's an
favorably looked
interesting
at.
trade-off, though.
Yeah, I
Well,
haven't got
I'm
back.
gonna go grab some coffee. I will be right back.
All right, go for it. It's early morning.
Yay. Okay, how do I turn off? I'm just gonna turn the camera off so no one
All
can.
right.
Haha.
So, disclaimer: I have not kept up with them as much as I should have over the last year, so I can't, or the last couple of years, so I can't necessarily vouch for everything, but it's still a badass jacket, regardless. So, and it keeps me warm, and I only need it like 3 times a year here. But, so, this part is what takes the longest, is having to unravel these. I still need to cut these. But the more use that this gets, or just more being out, um, because what I'm going to do is attach a uh, keychain to that. So just the more like wear and tear it gets, the more it's going to unravel too. So I'm not too worried about that. Oh, also, I absolutely love this hat. My best friend sent me the yarn for it several years ago for my birthday. My birthday is coming up in a month yesterday actually. And on Sunday, on my birthday, I will actually be on Bad Science Sunday with Maya Atkinson, which I am absolutely thrilled about. Like, you have no idea. Like, that was the coolest thing ever. I'm just like, yes! And she asked me if I was free on December 28th. I was like, yeah, that's my birthday. She's like, oh, no, we can reschedule. And I'm like, no. No, I need something fun to do on my birthday. And so I might do a stream earlier in the day too. I usually don't do a whole lot for my birthday anyway. So, yeah. So I'll probably do a crafty stream knowing me because I'm always crafty something.
Hey, right-handed sis.
Huh?
We got a chatter.
Oh, hey! What you doing?
Greetings, schemers, dreamers, and blasphemers. I got a femur right here.
Femur. Oh my god, dude, that always reminds me. I had a friend of mine. We play. Oh, well, was she cheerleading? I think she was cheerleading. We were doing cheerleading in middle school or high school. I can't remember, but yeah, she broke her femur. She had to stay off her femur. She had to stay off of it for like 5 months. It was horrific. Like, she hated it. She thought it was cool for the first month or so because she got all these special privileges at school, and then she's like, "This sucks."
Mm-hmm. And you can't scratch where the cast is, and it's a whole great, awesome thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I was there when it happened, and oh my god, dude, half of us were like, "Holy shit, she just broke her back or something," because like we heard it snap, and I was on the other end, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I thought she broke her back, so luckily she didn't. She was a flyer, and somebody didn't catch her. A lot of people didn't catch her.
Oh.
My mom heard about that, and she's like, "After this year, you're not doing cheerleading anymore." I'm like, "Fine with me." Right. I was like, I do not, because even though I was one of the bigger girls on the squad at the time, I was also one of the only ones that could tumble, and one of the only ones that was actually limber enough to do all the flyer stuff. So I ended up doing the flyer stuff too, which means that all the other bigger girls were always the ones who had to lift me up, and they absolutely hated me for it. I'm like, then learn to tumble if you don't want to have to lift me. Like, learn to do it. So that was always intriguing. That, because I was the disgruntled, like, gothy cheerleader. You couldn't tell when I was cheerleading, but otherwise I was wearing black makeup, solid black, kept to my group. But then occasionally I'd show up to school with my cheer uniform, and I looked incredibly out of place with my group of friends. They always gave me shit about it, but I don't care. I have fun. This is like, honestly, you should have fun in high school.
I did not have fun in high school.
Oh, near to my boys. They should have. But the thing is like, I realize now how shitty my high school was, but that's because it was a private Christian high school. Now, keep in mind, when I was going there, that's all I'd ever known. So I didn't know any better. And I thought it was great. And then once I got out, I was like, that's a little fucked up. Like, they didn't teach us anything about evolution. They literally gave us an hour and a half, like, presentation from, like, the DI on fucking creationism. And that was it. That was all we ever got taught about evolution, period. Which was just like, what the hell, guys? So I literally had to learn evolution on my own as a senior in high school when I switched schools. And I was just like, holy shit. Which, the funny thing is, like, even though the science, especially when it comes to religion, even though the science is like what really sealed the deal for me, it all started because, of course, Christian private school, we had Bible class. One semester they decided to go over the world religions, but it was the most, like, horrific mischaracterization of everything that I was like, okay, wait a second. I know someone who's a Catholic, and I know they don't believe this. So what the hell
Yeah.
is what else is going on? So I started looking into it, and then they lumped paganism, like just like all the broad spectra of like religions and beliefs that could be considered pagan into one and labeled it Satanism. And
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, do people still actually worship these gods? Like, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I started going online, and I'm like, oh, Wicca's the thing. Okay. And that's where just like everything crumbled because I had never been taught that there was another way. Like, it was either
Yeah.
Christianity or Satanism, no in between. And I'm just like, I don't agree with this shit, but I don't see the point in worshiping the bad guy, which, like I said, keep in mind, that's all I ever knew at the point. I was just like, there's nobody out there that has to worship a purposely malevolent, like,
Yeah.
being. And of course, found out everything I'd ever been told at school is a lie. So I'm just like, okay.
I'm lucky that I got out for high school because I went to an independent Baptist school up till
Mm-hmm.
grade 8. And we don't have, like, middle school or anything here.
Yeah.
So after grade 8, I went to high school. For the first time, I had an actual science class. See,
Hello.
okay, I was really interested in history, so I took ancient Civ, and they start with human ancestry, and talking about, like, Homo neanderthalensis and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to write an essay about it at my public school. So instead, I wrote an essay about how they were wrong and that God created everything in 6 literal days, um, and that Noah's flood was real, and
Yeah.
all of this lovely stuff. Um,
Like,
I didn't fail the class. I don't know why.
probably because they understood kind of what happened and that you were never taught any of this shit. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what, like, I do not understand. By the way, hi, Daisy came to tell me good morning. um,
Hi,
what?
Daisy.
She's giving me the puppy dog eyes. Uh, like
That's what she do, though.
I do not understand the young Earth creationism because here's the thing. Even just by the sheer numbers, most Christians believe in evolution. Or I shouldn't say believe, but most of them accept evolution. Most of them accept the age of the Earth. And there's just like this group that doesn't, and it literally goes against not just biology, but geology, paleontology, like all the sciences. Like there's
Yeah,
not a science that doesn't touch that they're just like, nope, not true. Like I don't understand that.
yeah,
Like at all. I don't get it. Because here's the thing, they will also trust the scientists when they jump on a plane, when they drive their car, when they drink water out of their faucet that's not contaminated. Like, you trust the scientists there, but you don't trust them on this other thing. Like, what the hell?
yeah, yeah,
And at least with um the evolution stuff, like that doesn't actually, well, I mean, I get medicine, so it's built on, but that doesn't actually affect like what happens day to day to you, whether evolution
yeah,
is true or not. It just doesn't. If they design the plane wrong, you're yeah, you're going down if they design that plane wrong. But I don't get it. It's just it's so cherry picky. Like I
oh,
just,
yeah, yeah.
and it's one of those things
And
like, yeah,
Right-Handed Sith says, as far as the flood goes, they still haven't solved the heat problem.
oh yeah.
And
Oh,
Donnie seems to think he solved it single-handedly, so I
oh,
don't
hey,
know.
there we go. Okay, sorry, I didn't have the chat up on my screen. There we go. Ooh, why
Hey.
is that? I need to change that font on that.
I was gonna say it's a pretty font, but it's harder to read.
Yeah, I need to change that. Oh, can I change it here?
Ooh,
Okay. Well,
maybe.
I'll figure out and change it for next time.
All right.
um.
Hey, native atheist.
Hey. Of
Glad we
course, we're
got
just.
some early morning folks.
Oh, I've been like, I was supposed to finish the ocean video earlier this week, but I had a freaking 5-day migraine, so I was just like, and I didn't touch any of it for like those 5 days. So I'm just like, whoa, crap. But that's one thing that I've said before, that with my channel, like, I'm not going to necessarily have like a set schedule just because my migraines are somewhat unpredictable and my
Yeah.
sleep patterns are unpredictable. So I can't exactly, I can't, one of the channels that's my biggest inspiration, and you can tell in the model that I do my videos, is tasting history, because he does like,
Oh yeah, I love tasting history.
yeah,
Yeah.
part 1 of the recipe, the history, part 2 of the recipe. So I do craft, topic, craft. He gets one out every single Tuesday and sometimes on Friday. I can't do that. Like,
I
I've
mean, he
got,
quit his job to do that too. Like he was a
yeah.
teacher.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like, yeah, I have a job, but I can also, no, he wasn't. He worked for Disney. He worked in their
I could have sworn he made a whole video about working as a teacher. I
no.
I guess I'm wrong.
He
I'm
worked
so
at Disney.
sorry.
He was he did if I remember correctly, I think he worked in advertising, especially with like the movie trailers and stuff, which is one
Oh,
reason he got go with editing videos and shit. Um,
interesting. No, I had a completely different thing in my mind. Hmm,
yeah, no, it's there's a video that says like I quit or something like that, and he talks
yeah.
about he got called back from furlough at Disney and basically decided like, no, I'm not going back. I'm going to stick with this, which, like, good on him, dude. Like,
Yeah. Well, it
but
took off too. Like he did
yeah.
pretty well pretty quickly too.
I mean, I get part of that is that he is able to put out content like on the regular. Like, he puts it out, like I
Mhm.
said, every Tuesday and sometimes on Friday. My boss does about 5 to 10 videos a day during the week,
Mhm.
which, like, there's just no way in hell I can keep up with that. I just can't. I've got too many health issues that just won't let me do it. So I'm just like,
I tried to do a short a day and I burnt out pretty quick. Um,
yeah. And the thing is like, I'm terrible about taking pictures and I'm terrible about like filming stuff unless I have a specific reason to do so. And I'm still trying to kind of get out of that. That way I can at least throw some shorts up occasionally. Um, but
I like doing
I'm
the
gonna
shorts.
try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do better than once a month. Though I'm aiming for about every 2 weeks to have a craft video up.
That would be awesome. If I had a better system, I would offer to help you edit yours if your son was unable to assist. But one time Mark had like a 7 or 9-hour debate with Andrew Wilson, and I tried to edit it on my laptop, and it did not like that in fact.
Oh, good God.
So, longer
Yeah,
videos I have trouble with on this thing. So one
and
day I will
well,
get it.
the cool thing is I looked down that deal because he does martial arts. So I pay for his martial arts as a standing salary, and he edits my videos whenever I want. And he is freaking fast too. Like, so if you hear me talk here, I tend to my like, I will trip over my words. My brain tends to get ahead of my mouth and it just kind of ends up. So of course, if you imagine me trying to read like in the segments where I'm discussing whatever topic, there's a ton of jump cuts because I'm constantly tripping over myself, even though I've written it out. And he's done a masterful job with editing those. There's one on the um There's one on the Trinket Bowl episode that you can see where I'm sitting there painting with a brush, and you can see me go, and then I'm just like, screw it, I'm doing this finger paint style. And he cut that in there and did it perfectly. And I started laughing so hard when he did that I actually woke up somebody else in the house because it was like midnight or 1 whenever he did that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you're the editor for me. We've got this. So, but yeah, he does a fantastic job. I'm like, dude, like people will pay really good money for a good YouTube editor.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, you need to make sure you hone those skills like as much as you can.
It's true. And if you can use Final Cut Pro, because that's what they use in the industry.
Yeah, I think he uses DaVinci.
Yeah, I use DaVinci too because it's free, and Final Cut Pro is not free.
Yeah, I do that. I'll use CapCut to do the shorts just because it's like super easy to do.
I've never used
And
that
I don't like things being complicated. I mean, even my graphic software, it's I love the fact that it's a web-based service because that way, as long as I have access to a computer and an internet, I can still do my job.
Yeah.
There's literally been times I was driving from Indiana down to Texas, and something like I was driving down on I think a Sunday. It was like Sunday night or Monday night, something like that. And so I do thumbs for Kyle twice a week, but I do a huge batch of them each time. So anyway, I figured out that, well, crap, this is going to come in the middle of this trip. There's no way he can send them to me early. So what am I going to do here?
Mm-hmm.
What I ended up doing was what I ended up doing is we pulled over and sat down and ate and did some other stuff. And we're just kind of chilling out and stuff and relaxing from the long drive. And I just sat there in the restaurant and did the thumbs real quick. And that's still when they were not quite as many. But yeah, now he used to do like 10 every 2 days. And now he's doing like 20 every 2 days. But I get paid accordingly. So I am extremely happy with it.
I was doing thumbs for a company that I won't out at the moment, but they became very unrespectful of my time.
Yeah.
And they were not paying me. And so I just stopped doing them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. And the good thing, the interesting thing with Kyle is I was literally the first person that was watching him, listening to him, anything that was not already friend or family. I've been with him literally since the beginning. And so if he has something that he thinks I can do, he's like, hey, can you go do this for me? He's like, can you do this? And I'm like, hell yeah. He's like, all right. So I'm usually the first person he calls when he needs something done.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's one of those things like, I love Kyle to death. I have not always agreed with him, but dude is fiercely loyal. Like, fiercely loyal. So, like, if we disagree on something, I don't have to worry about him, like, talking me down. Like, he'll actually take my opinion into consideration, especially if it's something that he knows I have more expertise in than him. Like, I've never challenged him on anything like historical, I don't think. There's been a couple of science things I'm like, this isn't the way that works. He's like, oh, okay. But one thing I like about him too is there's been sometimes in the past, obviously in the past, that he's like tweeted stuff or something that was kind of sketchy. I'm talking like 15 years ago. But he doesn't go back and erase it. He's like, I said that then. I was wrong. I own it. It's just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's not trying to hide. He's like, yeah, I had crappy opinions about this at that time. So what? Like, who hasn't? And I think it's one of those things that shows that he's even a bigger person than the people who gripe about it, because it's like, he's like, no, like, I'm showing you I can change. And I'm showing that my opinion on this changed. So, And I changed his mind about NASA too. That was actually the first thing. Um, he was not in favor. Like there was a huge NASA budget bill like 12 years ago or something, and he's like, "Why are we sending all this money to NASA?" Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "This is why we send money to NASA to do this." And he came back like a couple days ago. He's like, "Well, let's set me straight on that. She's right. NASA is a necessary thing." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So I still wish NASA was half as decent as it used to be, though.
What? There was a show that I was watching about NASA that was like an alternate timeline where the Russians got to the moon first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a really interesting look at just the space race. And
Yeah.
each season is a decade. So they
Oh, that's
start
cool.
in like the 50s, right? And then the
Mm-hmm.
60s or 60s, sorry. Um, and then the next season is the 70s, and they follow these people through the different decades working at NASA and how they react to the um, people on the International Space Station and so
Hmm.
many interesting things.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was a good show. I don't know if it's still on.
Um, I know what you're talking about. I don't.
It's got the word moon in it, I think, but I don't remember.
There was one from Earth to the Moon, but that was about the actual
Hmm.
space station or the actual
Maybe I'm
space program.
wrong.
It was about the Apollo program from start to finish.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, I think Tom Hanks was behind it, and of course he was in Apollo 13. Oh,
Apollo
awesome
13,
fact
yeah.
about Apollo 13! I met Jim Lovell.
Don't
I
know
was
who that
like
is.
8, but I met Jim Lovell. Oh, it was like it was. Well, no, I wasn't 8. I was like shit. I was probably like 11 or so. It was right when Apollo 13 came out. It was a year. It was the February or March after it came out. He was doing a speech or something at my school, and my dad got me a private meet and greet with him because my dad taught
Well,
there.
that's cool.
I don't remember anything, and I didn't get any pictures, and I hate it. But yeah, I got to meet Jim Lovell. So
That's cool.
yeah,
Let's
that's my closest claim to fame when it comes to NASA and the space station and the space programs.
That's cool. I have met some famous people,
Hmm.
and there was a movie filmed at my high school, and I'm trying to remember what the heck this actor's name is. He's in Walking Dead and plays Daryl.
That's not Norman Reedus, is it?
There! Norman Reedus was at my high school.
That's awesome. I can't look at him
And
and
Joshua
see Boondock
Jackson,
Saints.
for some reason.
Yeah, I can't look at him and not see Boondock Saints. It's just that's what I see. It's weird
Yeah,
hearing him not speak an Irish accent.
that's fair. That's fair. My partner loves that movie.
So do I. I want one of the hoodies for it that it's got the brothers on the front. It's the zip up hoodie. It's got the brothers on the front and the prayer on the back. I want really.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been wanting one of those for years. Um, let me see. I think other than
The Bill Anderson?
huh? Ooh, huh? That's awesome. I think probably the coolest coolest two celebrities I ever met. I can't remember. I hate this. I can't remember the dude's name, but the drummer from Typo Negative, and then Rammstein. Like the entire band was fantastic. So
I mean, I went to film school at the Canadian Broadcasting Station in Toronto. And so do you know who Leslie Nielsen is? He's a Canadian actor.
oh yeah.
He was doing an interview and I got to meet him. Um, do you know who David Suzuki is?
Mm, I can't
He
place him right
did,
now.
I believe, the nature of things. He does like climate science and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was in line with him at the buffet.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my god, that's so cool. It's like, it's one of those things like my field, like I don't usually meet like super famous people because there's not that many people in my field that are really, really famous anymore. Mainly because nobody wants to talk about it. So it's just all of us in the corner sitting there talking shop for the most part. But within the community, there's sometimes where you're like, oh, holy shit, is that who I think it is? And then you run over there like a fangirl with your book to get them to sign the book. Speaking of that, I need to get Kip to sign mine one way or another. He refused to give Dagon treats last night. His dog. Oh, kitty, kitty!
Katie, this
Oh,
is Leowin.
yeah. Yeah. There we go. That one's better.
The screen. Okay, no, that's not. Okay, that's
Oh,
your
no.
butt.
Gah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this yet.
It's okay.
Aw.
Well, two cats. This is the white one, and then I have Moya, the black one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm kind of between a rock and a hard place. So I have one dog that is tan, orange and white. I have one dog that is tan, and I have one dog that is black. I cannot wear anything without just an insane amount of dog hair on it, and it's going to show no matter what I wear.
When I go to my partner's house in Michigan, he has a white dog, and I wear a lot of black clothes.
Yeah,
I'm covered.
yeah. I used to have a black and white dog, black and white cat,
Mm.
for like, oh my god, I had that cat for 17 and a half years. I loved that cat. And then we had a gray miniature schnauzer that about halfway through her life decided that I was her person. It was hilarious because I was living with my mom at the time, and my mom would go to give her a bath. She would run around and jump in my lap when I was at my computer and just sit there because she thought I would protect her from getting a bath.
Aww.
And the first few times it happened, I just let her sit there and let my mom run around trying to find her. My mom got so bad when she found out, but she thought it was hilarious. And then she had a untimely heart attack. It ended up that it was a genetic defect that is pretty common in miniature schnauzers, but we didn't know about it. So she unfortunately had her life cut pretty short. And then we got Pixie. My dad actually picked out Pixie from the pound before the boys ever saw her. And she was supposed to be the boys' dog, but I rescued her from a fence when she first got here and decided I was her person. And rest is history with them. Then we got Daisy and then Kip. So, yeah. It's one of those things. I'm like, how the hell did I end up with 3 dogs? Like, I can barely take care of me right now, and I have 3 dogs. But it's one of those things. Like, it wouldn't be fun without my dogs. So, because like both of my boys are grown. Both of them are to some extent neurodivergent, but especially my youngest one, like he's not super like affectionate or something, or to put it that way. And so it's just like, okay, but it's like every now and then when I want a bit of affection, I can absolutely get it from the dogs, and they give it to me whether I want it or not. Like with Kip just absolutely attacking me on camera half the time. She, I don't know why she's so licky. Like, I took her to the vet, and I'm like, she licks freaking everything. Like, what the hell? And they're like, I don't know. They're like, are you sure she's good? And I told them, I'm like, this is the food I'm giving her. These are the treats I'm giving her. They're like, well, she's getting all her nutrients, so it's not that.
Yeah.
They're like, she just might be licky.
My cat is very licky. But only to me.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. Animals are weird sometimes.
Yeah.
Ugh,
A cow
God.
once that was very licky. That was annoying. I grew
Oh
up
my
on a
God.
farm. We had mostly we had Highland cattle.
Oh, nice.
But we had like a Jersey cow named Honey, and she really liked the taste of faces, apparently.
Oh my God. That reminds me of my uncle's farm. He used to have a dairy farm out here, so I'm right in the middle of dairy country. Until he realized being a real estate agent was far more profitable. But
Mhm.
he used to be a dairy farmer, and I didn't realize this at the time. But one year they gave me a cow for my birthday. They gave me a little calf, and the thing is obviously like they were probably really tight on cash and couldn't do a birthday gift that year. Whereas like birthdays were always really big on my family. Like it was one of those things like even if it's something small, you got somebody something. And so they got me a cow, and now that I look back on it, I absolutely love that they did that. And a couple of years later, I was like, "Hey, where's my cow?" And they're like, gonna find out that that they sold my cow. I'm
They
like, you sold
sold
my
a
cow.
cow?
Yeah, they sold my little calf. Because it, well, one, it was a male, and they were going to keep it around for
Yeah.
breed stock, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah.
something ended up to where that just wasn't necessarily going to happen. So I have a pretty good idea of what happened to it, but I still like to think he's living on a farm somewhere, happy and running around.
My parents were mean. They would write the cow's name on the packages in the freezer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
mean, it's one of those things. Like if you are, there's an old saying with foreign families: if you've got livestock, you've got dead stock. Like that's just the way it is. But it's also one of those things of it's like you look back on farmers and stuff in the past, like they would use every single bit of an animal they could. They wouldn't just take the
Oh, yeah.
choice cuts and toss the rest. And just like,
Well, I mean, we
we could,
took it to the abattoir and did the
yeah,
whole thing. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know. People are weird. And it's like, I totally get we get a couple of people on the server occasionally who are like militantly vegan that will
Oh, yeah.
like they will find every single topic and find a way to make it into an appeal to
Make it
veganism. And I'm
vegan.
just like,
Yeah.
guys, like this is
I'm an
not
ex-vegan.
same here. And I'm like, guys, there's ways to do this, and like I agree with like the cruelty aspect. I agree with the climate change aspect, but it's also one of those things that's like just cutting back reduces a ton, especially on the climate side of it. So, like, yeah, I cut back my meat consumption. I definitely didn't stop it, but this person was sitting there trying to turn it into an outright moral argument, and
Yeah.
we're trying to they were trying to get a law passed. I think it was in like Oregon or something that
Mhm.
would basically make it illegal to like essentially breed and rape this livestock. And I'm just like, okay, like yeah, that's gonna do real well for their economy. Ugh,
Yeah.
I just I don't get it. Like some people are so. The only thing I've ever been accused of is being militant atheist, and even then, I'm just like, no, I'm not, because as I said, here's the thing: I don't think anyone should be forced into giving up their religion. I wish they would, but I can't force them, and I'm not planning on it. I wish they would just see reason and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
this shit's bullshit. And I have no problem with people hanging on to like cultural heritage and that kind of stuff, but there's a difference between letting your cultural beliefs dictate what other people do. It's like the second your religion like interferes in with mine, then or me and my life, then we have a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, your Bible tells you what you can't do, not what I can't do. Finally. Okay, so I've finally got all this. I'm gonna have to. So there's one side of it.
Oh, I love it. That's so awesome.
Thank you. And I don't know what I do with my beads. Crap. Well, what I'm going to do next is add some beads to it, and then like probably add some turquoise or something down the center, and then leave it around that thing for a like purse turn thing for my mom for
love that.
Christmas. Yeah,
that's a fun idea. That's a totally fun idea.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that is such a good idea. Like, I absolutely love that in my little trash can. I love my trash can on my desk. It was like, that's awesome. Alrighty, so anyway, I am going to go jump off here because it is almost 9. I have to go make breakfast and get everybody up and going and that kind of crap. So,
okay,
it was fun doing this, and we need to do this more often. Yes. We absolutely do.
We will take over at another time.
All right, we will do that. All right, and for everybody in the chat, we will see you later. Bye.